Hey there, welcome to a brand new year and a brand new puzzle. This is Bharat Divyang from the Design Academy, and today we have something that's very close to my heart. This particular puzzle uses a pattern which we call as attraction or decoy. And this was a very common pattern, one of the first chess books that I learned. So way back when I was learning chess, it was an era of information dearth. You didn't have a lot of chess books or puzzles. So all I had was this worn out, Xeroxed chess book that my cousin got me. And it had a lot of such puzzles. This was one of the most common themes that was there, and solving those puzzles is really what got me going good in pattern recognition and understanding chess the way I do it. So that said, white to move and win this game. How do you go about doing it? Because if you evaluate the position, you would say that it's kind of equal, right? So 5 pawns each, 2 minor pieces each, queen and rook each. So kind of very, very equal, except that white is better positionally, which allows it to find this awesome tactic, which seals the game. So you can pause the video here, probably arrange this on an actual chessboard, think about the problem, try to solve it, go through what I call as a productive struggle before you resume this video. Welcome back. I hope you were able to solve this problem. You did try it, and it's very, very important to try. I cannot emphasize the importance of how much you need to try these problems. Go through the struggle of it. All right. The answer to this problem is Queen G7 check. And it's actually a sacrifice, and it's also what we call as an attraction. The king is attracted to a square he doesn't want to go to. You sacrifice the queen to get this thing done. But why would somebody do that? The reason is the power of a discovered check. Now, discovered checks typically can be prevented very easily. You just need to block it out. But not when it's a discovered double check, which is the most powerful, potent particular tactical weapon available in chess. And that double check comes this way. So now what happens is, since it's a double check, individually if the knight had to give a check, you would just capture the knight. Individually if the bishop had to give a check, you would probably block it with a multiple set of pieces, right? And it would totally work out. But together they form this formidable attack, because king can't do anything other than move in this case. And guess what? He's zigzagged. He's forced to go to a square. He can't come here. He can't come out because of the knight. He can't come here because of the bishop, and he can't go back there because of the bishop. So he's forced to go back there. And now you should be able to find a very, very easy checkmate in one move. There are in fact two possibilities. This is also checkmate, and this is also checkmate. So you have two different ways of completing the game out. Now it's very important to know the difference here. Like when the first move is done and the king captures, you might feel like, okay, there are two ways of giving a double check. Even this works totally fine. Why can't I do this? And if you realize the problem is that the king can escape, and therefore you don't have a checkmate, and you would have lost everything. You'd probably just get an exchange in return for losing a queen, which is not a good deal. So in this case, it's so important to know the difference between two similar looking moves, which is knight to e6 and knight to f5, and knight to f5 being the correct move, because that ensures that the king is in zigzag. In the other case, he's not really in zigzag. While he has to move, he still has two options, and obviously he's going to choose the one that stops the checkmate. So what can you apply? What can you learn from this position? So one, sometimes chess positions don't just emerge. You got to create that. In this case, attracting the king to a square, attracting the opponent king to a square is so important. And so you orchestrate the entire position. The second one is the power of the long diagonal bishop. So when you have a bishop that's attacking the long diagonal, it's very, very strong. Third is the power of a double check, the strongest weapon in tactical weapon in chess. Fourth, if the king has created this structure, which we call as a fianchetto, he better have a bishop there. If he doesn't have a bishop, that becomes an amazingly large weakness, a big hole for him that he can't easily defend. There are many more such patterns which typically use the knight and bishop combination for a double check. We'll probably try and deal with that in the videos to come. I hope you found this video interesting, insightful, and informative. If so, please do like, share, and subscribe without fail, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy New Year to everybody. Thank you.